Hello people, and welcome back to the Inventor SSP. This is episode 10. Wow, 10 episodes. And I'm going to get right into building. This is going to be a very building episode. I'm just going to build a lot. I'm saying building a lot. Alright, here we go. Alright, so that was, I don't know, it was just like building the other two piers, but now I've got 3 of them, and now I want to start work on the cranes, so I will do that. Alright, so I created these 3 cranes. They're pretty simple of a design, but this harbor isn't going to be, like, it's not supposed to be exact to real life. It's just more casual, and so now I need a way, so these things are going to be picking up, like, cargo off of the ships that are going to be here, and then they need to put it somewhere, so I'm going to kind of start on a design for some kind of maybe conveyor belt or storage area, something just to hold these big cargo things. So I'll get back to you once I've kind of got an idea. Alright, so I created all 3 of these conveyor belt things. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. And it's starting to rain. But I do have a texture pack that gets rid of all the rain particles and visual stuff, so that's good. Now, this isn't completely done. I still have lots of ideas to add. But, yeah, so I think I'm going to be done with building for now. I spent a lot of time on it. It didn't really look like it. It only took around 3 minutes, but I spent a lot longer on it than that in real life. So now I'm going to move on. Alright, so now I'm here in my main storage, and I'm going to be talking about how the main storage actually works, which I'm sure some people will be interested in. So it's going to be best to explain this with a free camera. So if I turn that on, here's all the redstone behind it. Now this storage system is really a lot more complicated, but it is a lot more special because it is a multi-item storage system, which means I can have just one section like this just for all the stone and cobblestone variants. So all of these items, they can be automatically sorted. And I can have the next one for all the quartz stuff. All this stuff is automatically sorted. And so the way that this works is there's these chests. I guess I do have to actually go out there. So I'll just conveniently break through here. Go up here. So you can see I can configure them easily by just having these filter items, or blocker items, and then I just put 2 of each item that I want to sort, and then I just do that for all of them. Now, all the redstone makes it kind of complicated, because what happens is I put all the items get well, actually, it's best to just go through this entire thing. So first of all, there's the input chest where I can put shulker boxes and items mixed if I want to. They all go up here through this item elevator. Go up here, it sorts the shulker boxes and normal items. So normal items will go straight up to the input to the storage system, but then shulker boxes will go down here and be unloaded. And then empty shulker boxes will go into these chests, and all the items will be from the shulker boxes, and the items that were alone will all go up here. They'll be stored in these chests, and then there's this thing called an item gate, which essentially slows different types of items. So I can put, like, if I put a ton of black carpets, and then a bunch of white concrete and lots of different items, what it'll do is make it so that in between each different item there'll be a gap of time in the hoppers. So like it'll go through a ton of concrete, like it could input a ton of concrete through, then it'll wait a bit, and then it'll let the next type of item go through, like black carpet. But when it's just one type of item, like just white concrete, there'll be no gaps in between. There'll only be a gap when there's a different type of item. And this little circuit here does that. It's a pretty cool design. And so what it does is there's an item filter under here, and it just checks whether the item matches one of the items in the chest, and then lets it go down if it does. And I'm not too clear on it because I didn't design this. It is a design by Rapscallion1138. You can find it on his YouTube channel. And it's a really cool design. It didn't actually take too long to build itself, but it did take a while to get all the filter materials. I have a lot of items, you can see here. Yeah, so it took me a while to get all of these, but it was worth it because now each slice of chests down in here, they each just can sort a different category, like blackstone and all the different types of blackstone, all the crops, flowers, just everything that I would want, and I can configure them however I want. But the only thing is, there are some updates to this design to make it better and less laggy. So I've been considering I might want to upgrade this main storage eventually, maybe even just build a completely different one. But that is a project for another time, because that'll be big. It's going to need a lot of planning, designing. But I just kind of wanted to show how that worked. And then it also has a cool thing with hoppers. So all the hoppers, this is the output. When it sorts an item, it'll go down here. And hoppers will go down before they go across. So it'll go down into these chests, but if it starts to fill up and then it can't go down, it'll go across into this line of hoppers, which is kind of important because it's the overflow, and it'll go all the way around here into these overflow chests. Now, I don't have nothing has ever overflowed yet. And then there's also the non-sorted items chest. You can see mostly non-stackables, or just things that I haven't put into the sorting system, or renamed items. Yeah, so it's a really cool sorting system. I still have 2 sections that are just with nothing. And, yeah, I have a ton of shulker boxes out here just because these are some of the materials that I've used recently. And just lots of stuff. But yeah, this is, for a really long time, I can actually fly up here and show you. I just had a ton of just chests. If you watch Hermitcraft, you'll know it is a chest monster. Just kind of this, but even less organized here. Just lots of chests along this entire thing. lots of shulker boxes here also, more than just what's here. Now it's just lots of unstackable items. But then I also want to show something that's kind of cool about the bank, which is I said it in my introduction episode 1, but I'll say it now again. Inspired by Corrales from Hermitcraft. Bit of a doorbell, and the door opens up. It'll close in a second. And so here's the inside of the bank. And so the important room that I want to show right now is this. Now I have a key card, and there's a bunch of random characters, and yeah, it translates to something. I'm not going to say what. Yeah. And if I put like any item there, nothing will happen. But if I put the right thing, a door will open here. I can open the door from there also. And then I want to turn my sound down for this, because it's going to be loud. But then there's an elevator that will take me down. Now these are all barrels just so that they're not movable and they look alright. And then these doors will open and I'm in my main storage. And then flying machine starts to go back up. And yeah. So that was my original way to get in and out of my main storage, but it was kind of slow and difficult to get through, so I just made this big garage tunnel thing so that I can just fly right in. But again, I may want to upgrade my main storage sometime. But for now, this is definitely really cool. And the only way that it will break is if it looks like here it broke at some point, is if I leave the world, which has happened, or if I leave the area that it is, like if I fly away too far. So usually what I do when I'm sorting items is I just input everything that I want to sort, and then I just kind of stand here in the back and just AFK until it's all sorted. Because it is not a good idea to leave the world, which I accidentally have done, and that's why some of the chests will be with items that there shouldn't be in there. Yeah, I don't think there's supposed to be a beacon in there. But yeah, that's that. Now I guess I'm going to add my to-do list thing for this episode, which will be create factories and industrial stuff. Because if I make a railroad for the cargo area, like I mentioned that I wanted to do in last episode, I would like to have factories and industrial stuff. Yeah, I just think that would be really cool, and it would add a lot, and I could have, like, there's a flower forest over in that area, so I could have, like, a flower factory, dye factory, yeah, that would just be really cool. And also, I just want to mention, any feedback on my videos would be really appreciated. I read all my comments, and I'll try to reply, and if you could just let me know what you think of these videos, then that would be really cool. And if you do that, then thank you very much, and remember to like and subscribe, and have a good day. Goodbye.